Okay, Abusia, NDC Deputy Director of Election, Dr. Rashid Tanko. Abusia was shocking High Court judges with NPP a fake pink sheet on Kpandai elections 2024 general elections. Abusia ne evidence na ekran. Abusia NPP 4 or the ashate or mouth down. Or just say the na NPP 4 at the fake pink sheets with fake figures and no and it is a omode erege sa election na wo puli sa evidence no fake pink sheet no e wo court asisi ano or they are disgrace NPP amanyuko no mo yanko na yanko ti ensembia e cause unsubscribe here subscribe like and share ma Akuffo so answer into me and can be Ghana Politics Avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell so there are any updates be able dropping on so answer able to me aka medamase.
Let me welcome Tanko Rashid Computer. He is the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC and the CEO of GIFEC, right? Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Trust you're well.
I'm terrific.
We are done with the topic where you would have a lot of interest. But Kojopoko is asking, why are you still interested in that particular seat?
Well, I'll
just give you 2 minutes on this because we've passed it.
Let me say good morning to you and my friend Kojopoko and then my good friend Honorable Dankwa. I mean, and the good people of Kpandai. Let me say good morning to Kpandai people. They are very happy we are coming for a rerun. Very, very happy. Because some huge wrongs was perpetrated against the good people of Kpandai. Fortunately, the law courts are there to right the wrong. If you go and do anything, they'll rewrite it nicely for you. So we're able to get a proper verdict in order to go back and give them proper representation. You see, the whole thing, if you look at the People Representation Act, he knows it very well. Kojo knows it. It's about representation of the people. It's not about numbers. If the people want Kojo to be their MP in Kpandai, then some crooked electoral officers will connive with NPP and go and put my friend there as an MP. He's not the representation of the people. No, he's not. Yes, this is not the first time we have seen such a thing. It has happened severally. And now the courts are very active. And that is why they've given us a window of 21 days to file a petition, election petition against such a wrong that perpetrated against the good people. Now, if you look at the whole issue, it boils down on what? Wrong declaration, wrong collation, and then complete rigging. You can't have a polling station that has recorded over 1,400 voters. You can't have that. The last election, the highest we had was 750. That is the highest you have in each polling station. Now, go and check the ruling of the High Court. Some polling stations recorded as much as 1,400, 1,200. Where did they come from?
So you're saying when we go to the Ashanti region, we'll not find it?
No, you won't find it. That was why we agreed.
1,000.
You know, I was always at IPAC with my late boss, Dr. Bawumia. We all agree that, look, this 2024 election, the threshold is 750. You can't get a polling station more than 750. If it is more than 750, they'll split it into two. That's why you have A, B, C, D polling stations in one location. But how can you have one pink sheet recording 1,400? Where are they from? That's what happened in Kpandai. So when they are going about saying that they have some 3,000 votes different, it's some phantom vote. They don't have any 3,000 votes. These are fake votes. We demonstrated this in court, and the High Court judge upheld our reliefs, 14 of them.
Okay.
And it was upheld. So we are going there. As we speak now, our teams are in Kpandai. We are busy campaigning on the ground, selling the good words of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He has done fantastic. In fact, since 1992, we started this process. We've never seen a president who has come into government first term, 11 months, no scandal anywhere. The CD to the dollar is within 10, 11, and then the inflation is around 6%. The people are happy. If you go there and see the way they are happy about it, that they are also now coming to join the reset agenda, the team that is resetting the country, which is the NDC. And we are presenting a candidate for them to join. Do you think they will reject him and go for opposition, which stock of trade is press conferences? and everyday press conferences.
Okay.
So nobody's going to. I can assure you, are winning the Kpandai massively. Okay. And I only have one advice.
But an interesting part of this whole thing, where the case that is going to the appeal court is quite interesting. You know, there is this legal thing where the petition was filed out of time.
Oh yes, yes.
You know,
yes.
that thing is there. So look, they are claiming there is a law. They are claiming there is a court. If the courts really are independent, the lawyers will put the case forward as it is, because you cannot hear a case. The laws are clear, right? It stipulates when a petition can be filed. If you file a petition out of time, the law should dismiss it.
But they explain that they filed within time because they are using the January. What's the name? You know, the Electoral Commission brought a gazette in January. That's what they are referring to. But your lawyers also say no. There was a gazette in December. If that's the one.
Well, that is why.
Ojo, let me explain this thing to you. My brother, I was in court throughout. Your people are not helping you. The NPP leadership. That's why I'm saying they will just finish their party for them. You know what? When we filed the first one, 24th December, 2024, they went with a motion to High Court, telling the trial judge that they had not gazetted the listing.
You filed a case in December.
In December 24, the first one.
For the Kpandai case.
For the Kpandai one.
Where is it?
Then the NPP went to court with a motion. I have the motion. I can give you put it out there. They are judged.
I've never heard of this.
I'm giving you a chronology of why they are getting there.
Okay.
That what we filed at that time, that there was no gazette of the parliamentary election. So the High Court should dismiss it.
Yes.
And brought in the gazette, which was done on the 6th of January, 2025. So we quickly went with another motion withdrawing the first one we filed and filed a fresh one on 25th January 2025. Now 6th January to 25th January 2025, calculate how many days are there?
No. But in all of when the issue came up, we've not heard this explanation.
No, but they don't tell you. That's what I'm saying. They're not telling the people.
We have not the appeal court.
What I'm saying, they're not telling Ghanaians.
Forget what we tell the Ghanaians.
Your people are not helping.
Forget my people. The appeal court. You see, this is a matter of law. My biggest fear in this country now, right, is structures and institutions. When Obama came to Ghana in 2009, you know, he said that, look, structures of institutions are what will make a country. The courts are the only last barrier we have. If that collapses, we might as well just move out of this country and go and live in this desert, because then there are no breaks on the whole thing. We are going to the appeal court. We are filing documents. You are saying you filed something, it was withdrawn. Take that to the appeal court. Let's not belittle or prolong this.
You are saying
we are not the judges of the matter.
The written address filed for on behalf of the first responder, which is NPP. Read it and see whether they didn't even write their written address.
Bro, it doesn't matter what me and
I'm saying that so your people are not helping.
You filed something, the gazetted was 24th December.
It was
gazetted, bro. Bro, that is what you claim. We are saying that it was gazetted on the 24th. The fact stays the same. The fact is that it was gazetted 24th December. You filed something on the 25th of January, which is outside the window of the gazette. Let the court sit, look at the documentation and rule. If the court don't, we'll go to Supreme. Okay. These matters are very clear. So let's move on.
Okay.
It's a big deal. The thing is, you brought the issue that if somebody filed outside, and I'm telling you that the gazette we have, and which is at the printing press, is 6th January 2025.
That is what you have.
Right. Present it to easy as that.
Okay, so
and your cases are here. You follow 11 months with your written address by your counsel.
Thank you very much.
Your written address is here. Why were you not?
Thank you very much.
Why were you silent about it?
Well, Mr. Nanko, if you hear this too, he says that they are there. I don't know whether they're going to start the road construction, but he says the economy, the people are in love with it. Your final concluding remarks on Kpandai before you take a leave of us.
Yeah, if you watch Kpandai's seat in the last 4 elections, it's been very close. They've moved from a very strong NDC to a very good swing.
All by the same Yindam.
Yeah.
Because Yindam broke it in 2012, and then,
And not even that. If you look at the presidential race as well, it's getting closer. Okay. So it's not like NDC is winning by a large margin in presidential, and they either lose the parliamentary with close margin. So the whole constituency has moved from being a strong NDC, the 2000, to where we are today, very close, highly competitive. So every vote would count, and everything would count. What could help the NDC is the incumbency advantage, what machinery will bring there. If you look at the level of voters with no formal qualification, this makes the people very vulnerable to inducement and that kind of thing. And if that strategy is going to be very tough. But the guy is very strong. I think we can't take that away from him. He has to hold his own, make sure that there's no division within his rank. We've seen some problem in the NDC as well, because if you look at the party affiliation and who they are voting for, a lot of the NDC guys, it's a sign of cracks in the NDC from the data we've seen. Whereas MPP is solid behind their candidate, NDC is fragmented in that area at the moment. We don't know whether that will still hold. And also, if you look at those who voted for the NDC candidate, some of them at the moment say they are undecided. So something is not right in NDC there. If NPP can hold their own.
1 year on, they've left them. No appointment, nothing. They've not gotten anything. My brother is sitting here talking about the economy in the right direction, all these things. The people have seen that in 1 year, you've done them for 1 night.
Okay. Allow Musa. Please allow Musa. Please allow Musa. Please allow Mr. Dankwa. Mr. Dankwa, please.
Mr. Dankwa, please.
Please allow Mr. Dankwa.
If you are not contesting, withdraw. It's better for you people.
1-3-3.
Or you lose.
Oh, you've done
Please allow Mr. Dankwa.
So for MPP to win, they must hold their own together, strongly stay united, and whip the voters to come out. Yes. For NDC to win, they need to get more united. MPP is ahead by 4 points within the margin of error, though. But you're better off being ahead than being behind in the poll. So everybody can build on his strength, and it's for everybody to get to work and see what happens. The final poll, which comes out by 29th of December, we will see whether things have moved from where we were a few days ago.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You don't now.
This adds to the...
This one adds to the existing ones, yes. Okay. But Martin makes quite a number of allegations. So we are yet to see what it is, and we'll follow you through and see.
Okay, all right. Let's get into it now. But once we have Musa Dankwa here, maybe we'll start from the by-election in the Kpandai constituency, and you have a new survey out. I have gone through it, but I want you to help us appreciate it. What is the survey really pointing to?
Thank you very much for having me. At the moment, where we stand, the race is statistically tied.
Okay.
The NPP candidate is ahead with 50% of the vote. The NDC 46%. You have the other candidate 1%, and 3% said they are undecided. And the margin of error for the survey is 3.9, so it's plus or minus. So if you add the 3.9 to the MPP candidate, he could win with 54%. If you add the same 3.9 to NDC, he could be on the whisker. So at the moment, it's really tight. But we have 2 weeks to go. A lot could happen in the remaining 14 days or so, depending upon who can turn out the numbers and get people to switch side. That will determine who would win the race eventually.
What could really happen in 2 weeks to 10 tenders?
There are people who are undecided. They are 3%.
3 point something.
Yeah, 3%. And if they do decide, it could make a lot of difference. And also, opinion poll is not actual vote. If people say, I'll vote for you, and they don't show up, it doesn't get counted. So you must get people out there to vote for your candidate. And that is the key at the moment for MPP and NDC in Kpandai.
So now you cannot even clearly say that I'm winning.
No. Anybody can win. And this is the baseline poll. There'll be a final poll a day before the elections. From that poll, we could tell with precision who could win the race.
Okay. All right. So good. Does this?
Well, I think my brother should be using certain words in his. You see, what he does an opinion poll, right? Now, when most people misconstrued opinion polls, and he has in his, I realize that I follow him on TikTok, and when I saw him, I'm like, oh wow, the man in flesh. He even comes out to say that what he does is opinion polls. And opinion polls have a much smaller sample size. You realize that people have taken him on the amount of sample size he has when he does some of these national opinion polls. But if you go into the historic, polling is a science, right? You don't need to have a big sample size. And when people started taking it up on the sample size that he has, I actually went in to read about the polls in the US and the UK, and I realized that they all use similar sample size to basically give out the opinion poll. So he's not doing anything different from what is done in the Western world. The only thing that I think that Ghanaians should understand is that what my brother does is an opinion poll. It is not a prediction of an election. I think most Ghanaians tend to now use the info analytic polls as, oh, this Musa Dankwa said that this person is going to win.
Maybe because they've had, his polls have sort of been confirmed in many of these
opinion
elections.
polls are opinion polls, and I just think that it's interesting and it's important that we put it out there that they are opinion polls. Yes, it might translate into or closeness to what happens on the day, but when people keep arguing with those numbers as if they are exit polls, they are different from exit polls, and you can correct.
Yeah, he says they will do an exit poll on the day before the election, right?
No, that's still opinion poll.
Opinion poll.
Okay, all right.
Different between exit polls and different between opinion polls, right? So basically, I just think that a lot of education needs to come in on that, because what he does has really become more like something to stay. I don't think he's going to go anywhere anytime soon, and others will probably try and do similar to what he does. So that education is important. Now, in terms of Kpandai, look, NPP won that election by a big margin. It wasn't even close. Yes, the judge did what he did. We are in court on it. But we are also going to put our best foot forward, because it's a seat that we've won. It's a seat that we think that we can win again. The ruling party, the NDC, is going to throw everything at it. Why? I don't know. Because yesterday somebody asked the question that, all that numbers in parliament, they don't even show up to do the work that they are supposed to do in parliament. But then again, they are still going after all these seats that they think. Everybody thought they were going to get 2/3, and that conversation that you brought up earlier about the change of tenure and all that, right? Yeah. A lot of people ignorantly thought that the minute the NDC have 2/3 in parliament, they can go and change the constitution. No, you can't. You understand? What people did not understand is that to be able to do a third term, to get the constitution to be changed, you need to go out and do a referendum. You need to get 75% of the people who show up to vote in a referendum to be in favor. Then you come into parliament to basically go forward with it. Anybody, I dare the NDC and his President Mahama to use the 2 years he has left to try that. Because in actual fact, in a 4-year tenure, what you really have is 2 years. You've already spent 1 year. You have 3 years. You've already spent 1 year. The final year is a campaign year, right? So the effective that you have is 3 years. You spent 1 year. If you want to now run this country and put it where you think it wants to be, you don't have time and room for that distraction of a third term, right? So I'm glad that His Excellency the President made it emphatic that he's not interested. But there are people who are, I don't want to use the word sycophants, but I think that's what they are. They want to now please the president to make him feel like they can pull that thing for him. Well, the man have said he's not interested. People are really glamoring around that idea, and I don't know to what end. But look, we are going to go to Kpandai as a party, and we're going to put our best foot forward. We're going to campaign, and God willing, we will come victorious. The opinion polls are showing that we are ahead. And I think it's a good thing when you have an idea of what the people are thinking, which is what the opinion polls are.
All right. So, but what factors are accounting for the NPP's candidate having the lead now, as we speak?
Look, if you look at the data, overall sentiment shows that the president is quite popular in Kpandai right now. And also, people generally feel that the country is heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
However, that is not translating yet into support for the NDC candidate, which means that the NPP candidate is popular, is stronger at the moment or in the race. So I think what I can say is that the NPP candidate is very strong. He's outperforming probably his party.
Yeah. Okay, so it means that even if you add the 3% to the NDC, the NPP, because this is a simple majority, right? The NPP can still win.
It is now the margin of error is about 4%.
4.
So if you add 4 to 46,
Then that's 50.
Get 50. So it could be a razor, finish race. But we don't know what the remaining 14 days to 15 days would do in the constituency, depending upon what strategy both parties would adopt in Kpandai.
Well, but there are factors that the people say will be key to who they vote for. Jobs, huge, 34. Economy is also there. Economy is 18%. So if the government puts some jobs across in Kpandai, it means that there will be...
Well, and I think that is the difficulty for the government. When it comes to jobs, you can't suddenly create jobs.
Okay.
And if the job there...
If they start road constructions, they create jobs.
No, those are...
It's not that easy to go and start.
It's not an easy thing.
No, but we've seen a lot.
No, but you can take the tractors there, but that doesn't create the jobs. You understand? Okay. You see, to create jobs, people want to feel 2 weeks is not enough to go. Look, you've been in power for 1 year. Let's be honest with ourselves. The NDC have come in 1 year. The people of Kpandai have seen in the last 1 year what the NDC have done in Kpandai. Right? Yes, the perceived, like my brother said, the direction and all those things that is there. That's fine. But what have you done for me lately? That's the most important thing, right? So you go to Kpandai and you want to talk to the people that, oh, we'll do this. But what have you done for me lately? You've been in power for 1 year. What have you done? Nothing. So all of a sudden, because there's a rerun of election, you are coming in to start giving goodies. So every constituency that the NDC think that they can go in, the honeymoon is over. This whole thing of we are new, we can do, is over, right? You've been in power for 1 year. Appointments you give, you already given. You cannot now tell me that you're going to give somebody appointment. What appointment do you have to give that you've not already given, right? So that honeymoon where they think they have that goodwill no longer exists. It doesn't, because you've read 2 budgets, right? In that budget, first budget, you've exhausted it. We are going to the end of that budget in 2 weeks. Then you have a new budget that's coming out. If in those budgets you've not made provisions for the people of Kpandai, and they've seen it, nothing. So what are you going to promise them? Oh, we'll put you in the 2026 budget. Because if you want to do roads for them, it will be in the budget. You can go and show them, look, these are the roads. If you wanted jobs, whatever project you have for the people of Kpandai, you will have it in the budget. So this thing where the ND, and I don't even get it. What is that extra seat for? Already you guys have the super majority that cannot do anything. What are you guys doing with it? Nothing. There are so many things they said they would do in their manifesto that they've not even done 20% of it. When those things are just simple low-hanging fruits, they have majority in parliament, they can take those things through and pass them. If not. So really and truly, that thing where the NDC think they are going to, yes, they go and take the seat. For what? You have one more seat to what? Whatever amount you have, 200 and whatever that you have, right?
But the point is, they are challenging that you want the seat not on merit. That's
well, let the people decide. I'm just saying that you will all see in the coming days. We'll see the amount of people that will be put there. You see the amount of resources the NDC will put there. You see the lies they will put, and all those things. What I'm saying is that I'm praying that the good people of Kpandai, who are the ultimate Esiahinefo, will decide and tell the government that our verdict on you is that this seat was an NPP seat and it will stay an NPP seat.
But Mr. Ramkwa, if the leading key factors are jobs and I think roads, the economy, what can government really do within 2 weeks? As we've said here, as for jobs, they're out of the way. And jobs is the leading one. It comes down to economy and roads. 2 weeks.
Okay, abusia we ne ensema ekoso our political highway so Dr. Rashid Tanko ena yede ne ho nsem e de brema wa expose NPP with fake pink sheet our quarter enye asem keto akra bedamase samoje pene kokoti sa ensemwe e de mai aha Ghana Politics Avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that any update be able drop no onsa ebetumi aka bedamase.